Very good evening to all my students. Today I, Tarun sir, is going to explain you part 2 of the chapter 2 stories about flying. The title of part 2 is the black aeroplane. Hence the title is justified. Reason why? Because in this chapter you will come to know that a black aeroplane has helped another aeroplane to make its way and to find its way. So let's see what is the chapter all about. A pilot who has to fly an airplane from Paris to England. He is very eager to reach England because it is his home country. He is ready to meet his family members over there. He has already planned a holiday, so he is very excited. The name of this plane that he is going to fly is Old Dakota, Dakota. So the journey begins. Now he has almost covered a distance of 150 kilometers. That means Paris is left behind and he has covered a distance of 150 kilometers. After covering this distance, he finds black clouds. It was almost impossible for him to return. Because one thing, even that greediness he had in his mind of reaching his home country and being with his family, the big question arises over here. Did he take this risk? Yes. Even though if he tried to return to Paris, one thing that came into his notice was the lack of excess fuel. There was no much fuel left, so he was trapped almost. All of a sudden, from somewhere, at an instance, a black aeroplane appears in front of him. The pilot of Old Dakota sees that aeroplane and he sees a pilot who was indicating to follow him. Obviously, this pilot had nothing left now, no options left. He followed. After a certain while, that black clouds disappeared. There was light, and this pilot of Old Dakota found himself landing at the England's airport. After this, he was panicking. Reason why? Because what happened actually when he was flying his airplane to England, that black aeroplane, after showing the right way to the pilot of Old Dakota, disappeared all of a sudden. So that kept on revolving around his mind. It created a confusion. He was now eager and desperate to know the reason behind it. He went to ask the receptionist over there, and what he came to know was really shocking. There was no other plane in the radar that day. Only the plane of this pilot, that is Old Dakota, was flying that day because of bad weather conditions. So the chapter ends at a suspicious note, because whether there was a black aeroplane or not, students, it is nowhere mentioned in this chapter that what was it. But I would like to just justify it with the help of one word. It was his hallucination. It was just his imagination. Don't consider this as a something as supernatural. It was just his imagination that led him to land at the England's airport. So this is all about two stories about flying. I have covered both the parts, that part 1, that is his first flight, and part 2, that is the black aeroplane. Thank you.